Today we are going to talk about lexical transformations, and it is quite useful to understand the general picture. So what kinds of changes are usually applied to make the translation sound natural and at the same time express the same, render the same ideas as in the source language text. So the lexical transformations are found when we translate from Ukrainian into English. Okay, mainly four of them. There are four of them. The first one is generalization. When we use a word with broader meaning in the translation than to replace a word in the original text which has narrower meaning. The opposite to it is specification, which is using a word of narrower meaning in translation. The third is also is usually called either conceptual expansion or expansion of meaning. And what is it? It means that we sometimes use result, like if you are talking about words expressing processes and actions like verbs or verbal nouns, and we may sometimes replace a word expressing process by a word expressing a result of this process, or the reason is, or cause is replaced by result, or vice versa. We'll look at it later on today and in a couple of weeks later. But there is one more lexical transformation which is called antonymous translation. So, generalization. For example, з'ясовано, що депресія загалом менше властива тим батькам, чиї діти живуть досить далеко, аніж тим, чиї діти залишаються жити поруч. Залишаються жити. Let us look at the translation of it and analyze how it is generalized. Okay, the meaning of this залишаються жити is generalized in English, is made broader in meaning. Depression was less common among parents whose children lived further away compared to parents whose children stayed locally. So, залишаються жити is translated as stayed. Stay has broader meaning. It covers more notions than the combination залишаються жити. Then comes specification. It's the opposite. So the word with broader meaning is replaced by a word with narrower meaning. Заблукавши під час прогулянки в іспанських Піренеях, жінка провела 11 днів на дні ущелини, п'ючи лише дощову воду і харчуючись дикими рослинами. And the translation. A woman survived 11 days at the bottom of a ravine after getting lost on a rambling holiday in the Spanish Pyrenees by sipping rainwater and nibbling wild herbs. If we look at this sentence and its translation, we can see several examples of specification. Прогулянка, a rambling holiday. П'ючи, not drinking but sipping, which is more specific word for having water or any drink. Харчуючись is not just eat, but nibbling wild herbs. And even рослини are translated as herbs, which is more specific. Рослини can mean anything which grows from the ground, yes? Plants in general, herbs, grass, bush, leaves, trees. So everything is included in the word roslina. But herbs has a very specific, narrow meaning. The next transformation I would like to tell you about is expansion of meaning. And here come all sorts of movements, okay, from process to cause, from process to result, replacement of the cause by the process, of the result by the process, the result by the cause by the result. I don't want to make you confused. We'll discuss it a bit later in detail and look at different types of this expansion of meaning. But now I would like to give you one example to illustrate this. Нове соціологічне опитування виявило, що більш ніж 2/3 виборців вважають, що шотландський парламент не зробив майже нічого за 10 років своєї роботи. More than 2/3 of voters say the Scottish Parliament has achieved little or nothing in first decade of devolution, a new poll has revealed. Не зробив майже нічого. It means the process, yes? And its result is that it has achieved little or nothing. And the last transformation I would like to talk about today is antonymous translation. What is antonymous translation? It is when we replace some positive statement by a negative statement, or vice versa.